I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You popping bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the feds, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Filet mignon for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.
How's everybody doing on this magic Monday, this blessed Monday? Sorry I've been away from y'all, man. I was supposed to do a live stream Friday, then I rescheduled it for Saturday. But Saturday and Sunday my rest days, and Friday, man, long story Friday. And I just didn't. I wasn't able to squeeze the live stream in. But on that last live stream that I did Wednesday, as you know, I do live streams Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I was speaking about Black fragility and how it's affecting us and how it's about to really cost us a lot. I want to finish off that point with a few exhibits. I want to jump into another subject. Wednesday will be my day for real life prison stories. I'm gonna start off the live stream on Wednesdays with my real life prison stories. Last week I had one, and it's crazy because how karma works. So a similar situation that I spoke about last week that I done to somebody happened to me, and I'm gonna run that down this Wednesday. But again, I want to kind of finish off my point of what I was speaking about, how black fragility. And black fragility is basically taking everything out of context, or just basically, again, woe to me because I'm black. I tell y'all all the time that Black people operate off two. Everybody in every group of people operate off two trees, and the two trees that every group operate off is capitalism and education. Now those trees have many branches. Black people is the only group of people, the only race of people who are operating off their own two trees: the social media tree and the social justice tree. That's their whole life. So that's why a lot of things it's premature in our community when it comes to building, creating that community generational wealth that I talk about. You don't understand. I have a video on my channel called A Basic Formula for Black Community Generational Wealth, and I break down how we need to do what everybody else doing and be about community generational wealth, not just generational wealth. In other words, not just for people with your last name, for people who look like you. But I digress. Uh, um, in that episode, I was speaking about how fragile Black people are. And one of the situations I was discussing was they had some awards, so I'm not really sure. I think it was the BAFTA Awards or over there in London. And like I said, you can go check it out in the exhibit that I played with it and my commentary. But they had a guy in the crowd who has a syndrome called Tourette's. And when you have Tourette's, you say words, you say things, you make sounds that you can't really control. And they had people, even Black people, coming to his defense saying he couldn't control it. But again, Black people made it out of something. Oh, this is something we could have our extra grind against white people. And that's just so silly at this point. It's not helping y'all; it's hurting y'all. And that's why I'm speaking on it. Because again, this channel is pro truth. So a lot of times, some of the things I say may not be easy to digest, may step on your toes. But the thing about getting your toes stepped on, if you keep your toes in, they won't get stepped on. If you got steel toe boots if you got steel toe boots on, your toes won't get stepped on. Catch them down. Shout out to my girl Diamond Rock. She always say that, catch them diamonds. But yeah, you got all your T's dotted, crossed. I mean, and your I's dotted. You won't be affected by truth. Truth don't hurt you. Truth only hurt people who it affects, who it applies to. And so when you speak about Black fragility and people getting that upset, these people were speaking. Like I say, y'all got to go check it out my Wednesday live. These people are speaking about this the next week at another award show and just on red carpet. They speaking like they had a mass shooting to a Black person from a white person. They had, oh, they're so strong that they made it through that. This is two grown, accomplished, rich Black men. You think that bothered them? But again, it did. Because society told them that it should bother them. Man, you think I'm worried about what I don't care if he said it on purpose, it wouldn't have bothered me. But this is the fragility of Black people. And then in the next situation, you had a lady. I'm talking about just silly. You had a young Black woman who was crying and quit her job because she walked into her job and seen. And like I say, all this is on that episode. If you want to go see it, I recommend you go check it out so you can kind of catch up and know where I'm at. And she goes to work one day, and I don't know if it was Halloween or what, but they had a skeleton hanging. It wasn't a Black person, it wasn't a white person. This was a skeleton. Right? And she seen this skeleton hanging, so she was crying. She quit and let her tell her because she's a young Black woman, and it no matter how old she is, nobody Black not experienced slavery, right? She said that when she seen that skeleton hanging, it gave her the traumatic experience of slavery. It brought back slavery on her. She quit. On the news crying, and of course she hired the NAACP. Because again, we know that the NAACP only care, just like Al Sharpton and Benjamin Crump and all of the race hustlers. I just don't understand how Black people can't see through them at this point. They hired them because, of course, they trying to get some money. I'm sure that wasn't spoken about, but I know that's what it's all about. They didn't get the NAACP involved for anything. NAACP only gets involved when it's an opportunity. They are an opportunist society. Black people like Benjamin Crump, all of the race hustlers, Al Sharpton, are opportunity. They do not care about Black people, right? And I'm gonna prove that to you. They had a situation, right? They had the situation, and just a tragic situation that I'm gonna play for you guys, and you heard nothing for them. But when it came down to this young lady, um, being so hurt and affected because her employer had a skeleton. Could have been a white person. We know white people hang themselves. White people, it could have been anybody. But she automatically said because it was a skeleton hanging that gave her reminiscence of slavery. It just didn't make any sense. And reason why I'm speaking on how it's going to hurt before I play this video, how it's going to hurt Black people, it's to the point now where Black people are just bad for business. They just bad for business. because I don't know who her employer is, but if this is a small company, this company can possibly take a hit. If it's like a large corporation like Walmart or something, not really, and even still, it may take a hit. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of woke people in the world. You got a lot of liberal white women, and you got a lot of black people that will really stop going to a corporation because of one corporation, one person there, and what they did or lack thereof. And so it's to the point now where, first of all, I say this, and I say this in the video. I got a video I created called "Black People." It's about to get hard for black people. Black people, if you got children, you need, or if you don't have a career or whatever, you need to make sure you have your degree, some type of degree or trade. If you got a degree or a trade, somebody has to hire you. But other than that, people about to get real standoffish toward black people. Black people are about to become persona. Well, they already are persona non grata in the workplace. The black women, they'll mess with everybody's husband. The black man, he can't keep his penis in his pants. It's gonna be toxic. And worst come to worst, it's a situation like this, where you accusing the company of racism for something that didn't go your way or something as silly as this. And again, they probably gonna beat this, or say for you say they racist because they fired you for being late too many times, and they didn't do that to Johnny, the white boy. They gonna have a paper trail saying you've been late about this amount of time before they fire you, especially when you're black, and they're gonna beat it in court. But just the negative backlash that they're gonna have to deal with from even being accused of being racist, and most people, well, not most people, a lot of people still will believe that these people are gonna take a hit in their business. So it's just to the point now where it's just best not to even hire black people. I'm telling you from that perspective. So you got to be able to live this life, bro. And this is a character strength, and most people don't have this character strength. You have to live life and see perspective from other people besides your own. How would this person feel? Not how you would feel. Imagine you being them, which is, I know it's difficult, but imagine you being them. Because that's what I'm doing. If I was a white person, would I want to hire black people? Because whatever they come into my job site to do, I can get a Mexican to do it, a white person to do it, an Asian to do it with less nonsense. Why am I giving this black person an opportunity? Why? What reason am I doing that and put myself in all kind of litigation or whatever? Because they're so fragile, right? They're so fragile. But again, I don't want to go too much into it right now because I'm about to continue to speak on it, and I got exhibits I want to play. But before I get into it, I want to speak about NAACP and how they just magically swept in this situation. I don't know if the young lady reached out to them or whatever. And now they ready to go and hit the woman. Like I said, if you go look at my last live Wednesday, she's speaking and she's saying what needs to be done and this, that, and the third. But the problem is, they got situations like I'm about to show you that happen, and they won't even say a word. They won't bat an eye. Watch this. Watch this.
Blurry to crystal clear. 25% higher case acceptance. Iris, AI native imaging.
The Ark of the Covenant, the very throne of God. But in a moment, it was lost. My goal is to put an X marks the spot for where the legend's pointing to.
And she was only 15 years old. A girl who was in the 10th grade at a San Francisco charter. She was only 15 years old. A girl who was in the 10th grade at a San Francisco charter school has been identified as the victim who was killed in a triple shooting in the city's Western Addition neighborhood. And our crime reporter Henry Lee is live in studio after talking to the teen's loved ones. Henry?
Well, Claudine, she ran track. She enjoyed dancing and posting on TikTok, but now her loved ones and classmates are in mourning after she was shot and killed in front of her younger sister near a playground.
This is hard. It shouldn't have happened. She had a whole life ahead of her. Only 15 years old.
Tiffany Mabry is heartbroken over the shooting death of her niece, 15-year-old Jada Mabry.
We'll never get Jada back. I mean, but I just feel like someone shouldn't be able to get away with it. It's not right. She didn't deserve that.
Jada was killed and two other teenagers wounded in a shooting at about 5 Friday afternoon near Golden Gate Avenue and Laguna Street near the Margaret S. Haywood Playground in the Western Addition. No arrests have been made. San Francisco police have not discussed the circumstances leading up to the shooting. Family and loved ones held a vigil at the scene on Sunday night. Jada was shot in front of her 14-year-old sister. The two siblings were inseparable, so much so that they were raised like twins. On Monday, this woman paid her respects at a memorial of candles and balloons in honor of a girl whose life was cut short too soon. Jada was a 10th grader at Gateway High School in San Francisco. The executive director, Alicia Montgomery, said Jada was a cherished member of the school community whose loss is felt profoundly. Jada had been on the Bay Area Gators track and field team. This is her, third from the left, finishing first at a meet. And this is Jada in sunglasses and a purple outfit, performing on a TikTok video.
Jada was just a ball of life. Like anybody that would be around her would remember her when they leave.
This should not be happening to a 15-year-old baby going to school learning.
Pastor Jeffrey Branner Sr. knows the family.
Just a bunch of ignorance, man. And we got to do better. We got to educate our children better. We got to give them a better sense of direction. We got to give them a foundation.
Jada would have turned 16 in July, though. Two other teens suffered wounds that were not life-threatening, and San Francisco police are asking anyone with information or video related to this triple shooting to contact investigators. Party.
It's certainly so tragic to lose someone so young. I know you said the San Francisco police aren't talking about the circumstances, but certainly we know the other teenagers were there and her little sister was there. Do we know when they might talk about what may have happened in the moments before that shooting?
Unclear, Claudia. I feel we'll probably keep everything close to the chest if and until they find a suspect involved.
Yeah, certainly as that investigation continues. All right. Thank you, Henry.
Moving on now to a dramatic moment in the courtroom after a man was found guilty on sexual assault charges.
Are you seeing that? Did you see that? Did you hear that? A 15-year-old girl. Oh, what did they say she was 15? 14, something like that there. Was shot in front of her twin sister, or they was a year apart, but they was like twins. Family traumatized. Little girl traumatized. Think NAACP gonna come to their rescue? You think NAACP gonna come to their rescue? Do you see NAACP? And this is why I always tell people that I have a deep repugnance for Barack Obama. Not only when he got in the White House, he had a chance of a lifetime. A lifetime. Listen, black men and black women, get educated. Get your education. Value education. Get married. Stop creating broken homes, black men. And if you do that, you got a chance of making where I'm at. No. He made it to the White House, and right now to this day, him and Michelle, every time they get in front of a microphone, if they not projecting victimhood on black people, they projected homosexuality, telling you your children need to hang with a gay person so he can understand. Right now, those people have been out of office, not doing nothing for the last 10 years. They children grown. They can go once a month to a different city. They can go once a month to their own city. Hold a luncheon, get a few celebrities to come out and just talk to the kids about getting education. Talk to the kids about not aborting their children, not creating broken homes. Stop killing each other. And their voice will be heard. Of course, it would stop everybody, but it'll put a dent because that's how much respect and worship that they get from the black community. And not once have they did any of that. And so when you speak about people like the NAACP, these people are opportunity. They don't care about black people. I guarantee you this woman going to have to bury her daughter who she probably didn't have insurance on. And guess what? They not going to help. A month ago in my hometown, a 13-year-old boy got killed execution style. And like this little girl's case, nobody came forward. And guess what? Besides the killer, somebody else know who did that. But in the black culture, no snitching on even children. A 13-year-old boy and a 15-year-old girl by gun violence. And I know for a fact that they had to hold a fundraiser for the little dude that was 13. What NAACP was then? What Benjamin Crump was then? What all these people that tell black people every day on the news and every chance they get it, they love them. Where were they? Let me give you another case. This case, I'm going to tell you now, this case is so troubling that it was rough. And I'm going to play you a few. Well, no, I'm going to just go to one video because this is that serious. They had a situation, man, that happened in Overtown. If you don't know about Overtown, Overtown is in Miami. It was like a Black Wall Street at one time. Very historical Black town. Listen to what happened in Overtown. Give me a second. No coverage from those Black people that y'all think care about y'all. Starting with the NAACP. So that's what I first brought up in this video. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. And I will get back on topic on why certain things and Black fragility is hurting Black people. But I wanted to touch this right quick just to show y'all that none of these people care about y'all, that y'all think do. The Democratic Party members, the leaders of the Democratic Party movement, the NAACP, the Al Sharpton, Benjamin Crump, these people can care less about you. They only care about you when you're dead or gay. Let's see. Okay, right here. Check this out. Now, of course, two people were caught. I understand that. Before y'all say, well, they was caught. But NAACP should be using situations like this for a backdrop to show these people. Listen, keep your families together. Keep your families together. Y'all having sex with these women, leaving these women with children to raise on their own. And these boys are being raised by these women, and all of this energy of the woman is being projected on them. The over emotion, the impulsive, all of the things from the woman is being projected on the little boy. And that is very dangerous when you put overly emotional and impulsive in a male. That's very dangerous. Around other males like him, they clash, they kill each other. They always fight. They always tear something down. But what it also does is it over sexualizes the children, the boys and the girls. And when I was speaking about that earlier, you got the coach in Michigan, Ime Udoka in Boston. They put everything on the line because they're dick. These NBA players, every time you look up, they got a baby mom. And I know what people gonna say, well, the white people do it too, but they get abortions. And that's another one of y'all problems. Y'all always trying to project, or not really project. Y'all always trying to switch and deflect toward white people because most of y'all are inferior to them. Because you wouldn't compare yourself to somebody you feel is beneath you, kings and queens. But I digress. The NCAACP and all of the people who so-called care about Black people, as I was saying, can use situations that I'm about to show y'all as a backdrop. Because our young men and women, but our young men are so over-sexualized because they raised by a woman. And they got woman energy in them, but it's operate in a male body. So it either makes them gay or over-sexualized toward women. And that caused a situation like this to happen. Let's check it out and listen to what happened. And there was nobody in Black community gonna say anything. Let's watch.
That's the mother of 12-year-old Josiah Jones screaming at anyone who would listen after today's court hearing as her son faces charges as an adult in a case involving the rape of a 12-year-old girl.
I don't care if they get 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years. Guess what? I'm going to always feel like as a mother, as a woman, I'm going to always feel like it's not enough.
The girl's mother speaking to Local 10 recently saying she just wants justice for her daughter. According to police, the girl was leaving a friend's home when she encountered the boys near a community garden in Overtown. Investigators allege 13-year-old Nelson Nunez raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. All three boys are being charged as adults.
Did you hear that? Did y'all hear what they said? Raped her, held her down while they was raping her, and put rocks in her mouth. Did what y'all little black kings did to y'all black queen. And outside of the family, no big deal. Let's continue.
The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. In court today, attorneys for two of the three boys arrested in this case formally entered not guilty pleas, requested jury trials, and invoked discovery requiring prosecutors to turn over all evidence. They also argued their clients, Jones and Nunez, should not be in adult jail.
At this point, you have a 13-year-old kid sitting in jail, and me and I think my co-counsel, the lawyer for the co-defendant, we both will be fighting hard to get our clients out of jail.
Boy. So we got to talk about probably one of the wildest stories, if not the wildest story that I've ever covered on this channel, involving a bunch of teenage boys between the ages of 12 to 15 who are currently being charged as adults for attacking, raping a 12-year-old girl in the Miami area, right? The Overton neighborhood. Okay. And the details about this rape are very, very, very gruesome. And for as disgusting as this story is, right? For as devastating as it is, the response from the family members of one of the teenage boys, well, again, 12, I guess, maybe teenager, maybe not, I don't know. But the response from the family members of some of these individuals is it's heartbreaking. It really is, right? It is shameful. It is probably some of the most disgusting stuff that I've ever seen in a long time, right? So, without further ado, let's get into this story, right? The gist of what happened here, and then we're going to get into, again, the most ghetto behavior that I've seen in a long, long, long time. So, let's go ahead and get into it.
There's a disturbing safety alert. A 12-year-old girl allegedly raped by three teenagers who are all being charged as adults. Local 10's Maggie Louisa is live in Miami with distressing details. Now, live.
Janice, this alleged crime happened in June, but it wasn't until this week a grand jury said these minors need to be charged as adults. This is why we are showing you their faces. Now, the details in this alleged crime are very disturbing. We want to warn you. Two middle school age boys and a 15-year-old boy are facing serious charges as adults in connection to a rape case involving a 12-year-old girl.
So you're 12 years old? You're 13 years old?
Police say the co-defendants, Nelson Nunez, Josiah Jones, and Xavier Tyson, all played a part in the crime that took place in an Overtown community garden in June.
You were indicted by a jury, transferred to from juvenile court to adult court. That's why you are here.
Police reports say the victim was leaving her friend's house when 13-year-old Nelson Nunez grabbed her, forced her on a couch inside the Greenhaven community garden, and raped her, while 12-year-old Josiah Jones and Xavier Tyson, who was 14 at the time, restrained her. Police say Jones put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming. Wow. The victim says it went on for about 30 minutes, and the boys stopped when they heard her father calling her name. We've learned.
When you hear stuff like that, right? When you're talking about a 12-year-old girl and you're talking about teenage boys doing something like that, you just got to stop and take a deep breath, right? Because it keeps you from getting really, really, really angry, right? Stories like this should never, ever, ever happen because young boys should not be raised in a way that would make them do something like that, right? That type of behavior comes from being raised in a very, very, very bad environment, right? I can only imagine the reaction from the father, right? Apparently he was calling the name of his daughter, his 12-year-old daughter, I wonder how that went down, right? When the father found out that that is what was happening to his daughter. I can only imagine, right, how he must have felt. Um, I'm kind of surprised, honestly, considering what allegedly happened here. I'm kind of surprised that the father didn't snap in ways that would have put him in jail.
Learned from the founders of the community garden Green Haven project, telling Local 10 the situation has been very saddening. They say the garden is closed off to the public outside of normal operating hours, and on that day, a construction company cut the side gate, which allowed for anyone to enter the garden. The organization said it extended support to the victim, adding, "We will always be here to support in the best way possible, and that our extension of love and resources will always be available to the victim and her family, which we very much care for." Both the 12 and 13-year-old are at the West Detention Center, both of them being held there without bond. As far as Xavier Taylor, the 15-year-old, we have not seen that he has seen a judge just yet, but when he does, we'll update you on what happens there. And we have also reached out to everyone involved in this case, their representatives, and that includes the victim in this case, and we have not heard back from anyone just yet.
Yeah, so you see that you heard that. Now, I want to play a couple videos. The first video is of the father and his reaction. He's basically crying racism. He's upset that his 12-year-old son ended up being charged as an adult, that he's probably going to be in prison for the rest of his life or for a long time. Okay, hopefully forever. Let's be real. Let's hope he gets life, right, at this point. And then the next video I'm going to play is a video of one of the boys' alleged aunt, right? And her reaction to this. And this should tell you everything you need to know about kind of why is it that these boys, did something like this, right? Again, it's all about the environment that these people, these kids were raised in. Take a look.
This is a 12-year-old boy we're talking about. We're going to leave him in jail and put a life charge on a young man, a young black man that was visiting Miami. It was with the wrong two kids.
Marvin Jones's son, Josiah, is charged with battery and false imprisonment, charges related to the rape of a 12-year-old girl. A police report says the victim says his son, Josiah, held her down and put rocks in her mouth to stop her from screaming.
He said it. So he like, shit, you been talking about you wanted to do this for me. You finna, do me like this. So I guess he got aggressive with her. And she was like, oh, no, I'm not finna do that. I'm not finna sleep with all of y'all. I'm only sleeping with him.
12 years old.
Whatever happened, while they was running the train on her, the lady who stayed upstairs must have on her way down to check her mail, or you get what I'm saying, drop her garbage or whatever. She seen them, because how the building is made, where the lady who seen the kid is like right there, and the farm is right there. So you can look over her balcony and see everything was going on in the farm. So I guess she spotted them. So in the midst of her spotted them, she like, what y'all doing in there? So that's when she wanted to yell, y'all stop, y'all stop, y'all stop. But she went home. She never told her mama anything. 1 or 2 days, she never told her mama anything. When the lady came to find out who daughter it was, she went and told the stepdaddy. So when the lady told the stepdaddy, that's when the little girl went to tell her mama. They dragged her from the park, they took her there, and they raped her. I ain't justifying nothing. Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna sit here and read y'all comments. I got on here to check her. You gonna tell a story? Tell a story the right way. Don't get on here trying to make it seem like my nephew on a run or for none of that. Because if he get direct file too, he already got a lawyer. But I know at the end of the day, your daughter ain't telling the truth. Your daughter only pressed the charges because you forcing her to press charges. Your daughter was never a virgin before she got touched. So what I'm supposed to sit here and say? All they ass need they ass whoop. I'm an old school mama. I beat ass. My oldest daughter, 19 years old, 20 years old. I don't play that. I'm not none of them mama that style with no child. When you right, you right. When you wrong, you wrong. I ain't justified what none of them did. But when you get on social media, you try to make it seem like, oh, it's just one side. In reality, you know the truth. It's not that side. That ain't gonna go down like that, especially when it comes to my family. How she know everything that happened and she wasn't there? Okay. Nobody got nothing to say? Like I said, exactly. Whether it's my nephew, right is right, wrong is wrong. I never justified what they did was right. At the end of the day, I told them they goofy. All y'all going out of that one look. There's plenty of little young girls out here that's fast. I didn't even fuck with my nephew for doing what he did because I got daughters too. But at the end of the day, I'm not saying they right what they did, but when y'all get on social media and trying to say certain things that's not true, I ain't finna sit there and let you say nothing about my nephew. He's not on no run. He has a court date. He goes in on the field. That's the reason why the news saying he's not getting charged as a juvenile. If anything, you heard her say in the beginning, the other little boy that he getting charged. That's the other little boy that she was having sex with before. So how y'all not gonna charge him?
At 12
but
years
y'all
old.
charging the rest. Y'all supposed to charge all of them that was there. It wasn't just them three there. It was about 5, 6, 7 boys in that field.
Yeah, I'm speechless. I am speechless. Now, that last individual, the aunt there, basically is claiming that the young girl that was assaulted, right, allegedly raped, that basically she's basically arguing that well she was fast, right, aka she was it's hard for me to even say this about a 12-year-old girl, right? It's kind of crazy to think about. It's insane. But basically, what this woman is saying is that the 12-year-old girl was promiscuous, right? And essentially, it's her own fault that this happened. That's basically what she's trying to say in a nutshell. Now, I don't know what happened, right? I don't know, exactly how it went down because I wasn't there. What I do know is that if you raise your son right, uh, there's a good chance that they're not going to end up in this situation. I guess this is why you had a criminal justice system. This is why you have a trial, right? But regardless, if they are in fact guilty, okay, yeah, they should be sentenced like adults, right? There should be adult consequences for this type of adult behavior, right? Criminal behavior, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm not sure if I would call assault and rape adult behavior, but sex is adult behavior for sure. Regardless, uh, it's criminal to do something like this. And when you commit these type of serious crimes, right, adult crimes, yeah, there are adult consequences, right? There are serious criminal consequences for it. And if they actually did this, if all of these details are accurate, okay, then these don't seem like the type of individuals that can be rehabbed, right? I'm not a big believer in these type of individuals being changed, right? Because I believe that something has to be seriously wrong in your head to participate in a crime like this, right? I'm not a big believer in that. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'm a believer in forgiveness, but I'm not naive. I'm not a sucker, right? I'm not a sucker. I'm not one of these people that is going to allow people who have proven to be violent or proven to be inherently violent, right? Or their behavior strongly suggests that they're inherently violent, that they can't help but to engage in violent behavior. I'm not one of these people that really believe that you can change them, right? Especially at a young age like this. This type of stuff is, it's like I'm not sure what you do about this, right? These boys are already messed up if they will participate in a crime like this, especially again considering the detail, putting rocks in her mouth so that she stopped screaming. Yeah, that is yeah. I'm not sure how you rehab that, right? How do you come back from that? So yeah, I mean, I definitely think that these young boys, if found guilty, should be locked up for a long time. I have no problem with life. I have no problem with it. You don't have to worry about it, right? We don't have to even worry about these individuals being put back on the street and potentially doing the same thing over again. We don't even have to worry about it, right? Done, right? Through. And I'm okay with that. And some people might say that's cool, that, they should get another chance. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe the boys who held her down. I don't know, right? Because I guess technically they didn't participate in, actually penetrating her. But certainly the one that penetrated, yeah, he got to go, right? He got to go. He can't see the light of day again, right? In my opinion. The other one, I still believe there should be very, very, very harsh punishment, because the fact that you would restrain her, that you would hold her down while something like that is happening to her, also suggests that, maybe you should do the same amount of time as, the main assailant here, right? So, we're going to see exactly what happened. Again, this is what the trial is for. Regardless, if found guilty, I have no issue with these individuals being punished as adults. They should be, right, for something like this. And I find it shameful, the response from the father to boohoo and cry racism, right? The way that the aunt talked about it also was not great, but you can see why. You can see why these young boys participate in activities like this in the first place. Right?
Absolutely.
Just look at how they was raised. Look at the parents, look at the aunt, look at the family members. Tells you everything you need to know. Tells you everything you need to know. So, the rest guys say, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Again, man, I had a few errands I had to run today, and I'm so exhausted. So I'm not gonna finish this show. I'll do a part 2 tomorrow. Y'all know I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday my live stream. Wednesday I will be back, but tomorrow, which is Tuesday and Thursday, I do a body cam breakdown series that I titled "Black People, This Is Why." So I'll give y'all episode 25 of that tomorrow. And I do the part 2 of this live stream. I'm extremely exhausted, and I can't give y'all my full self. I gotta go get me some rest, man. And hell, you know what? I might do it later on tonight. Y'all might wake up to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, but y'all gonna get part 2 of this because I needed to bring this all to a head. But what I did do, I accomplished a piece of what I wanted to do, and I wanted to finish off. The last live I did was Wednesday, and I was speaking about Black fragility and how it's hurting. Now I'm about to go into the point which is going to be the last part of this on how it's hurting us. Not to mention I already said some of the reason in this video, but the reason why I wanted to play this very heartbreaking, tragic, nefarious story by these 3 little boys is where's also I wanted to play a story about the young lady who got killed, because where's NCAA for that? But they was all over TV speaking about the situation that happened at the award. So when the dude yelled out the N-word because he got a disability, and I wouldn't care if he did it on purpose. Are we serious in 2026? We that hurt? Were we talking about this on another award show like somebody had a mass shooting? I'm so glad that guy were able to make it through that and come here tonight. Really? And also, NAACP popped up magically on the scene with a lady who was working for a job quit because she came and worked one day and a skeleton was hanging, and that gave her a memory of slavery. We serious, man? Well, the thing that the Black community need the NAACP to help with and speak on, they never there. They never help pay for a funeral. They don't hold no conferences to speak about awareness. They don't say put the guns down. They don't do none of that. I thank y'all for coming out, man. I'm tired. Like I say, man, I'm sorry I couldn't finish it off, but I will finish it off. If not later on tonight, I'll finish it off tomorrow. And I just want to, you see? Yeah, man. So if y'all give me a like, comment, subscribe, And I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. God bless.
I could have been stopped doing this shit. Only reason I do this shit cause the real niggas asked me to. A fake nigga couldn't relate to me. Top gunners, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out. See, mama love me, that's my baby, but papa left me. Yeah, he left me. I put a bitch on timeout if she upset me. That's a fact. Fuck with me, you won't regret me. Still on the mind of every hoe trying to forget me. I get them things across the border. Your man on trial, but you won't go get him a lawyer. What's up with that? You popping bottles, you getting fly, but you don't send commissary to niggas that's inside. See, we don't coincide, we don't live by the same rules. And we done got hungry, these lanes became full. Real niggas in my corner, you know that I can't lose. And I can't go to jail for a body they can't prove. Got niggas in the fence, they never coming home. Can't never see they daughter, only talking through a phone. And you know we screaming free you forever. Treat your kids like they mine. Wait your turn, real nigga. You get rich in due time. I feel like Nino when he first opened the Carter. Check me out. I feel like Tony when him and Sosa became partners. Check me out. Bring me out crab legs and grilled shrimp for starters. Play me young for my main meal. I'm a mobster. Ruger rap. Top gunner, check me out. Only us, check me out. Strap her with a kilo, check me out. Put her on the bus, check me out. Stand up nigga, check me out. Always 100, check me out. You can bring the work back, check me out. If you don't want it, check me out.